Ola has received many requests to document shield materials, and this is fully supported from Speedstack version 2102 onwards. For clarity and consistency in the following slides, the Speedstack has been set to mils in the following examples. It's a very simple stack up with a shield added, and you can see the new shield material type shown both on the top and the bottom of this simple stack up. The shield materials are typically applied to the outer layers for EMC shielding, or to shield against both inbound and outbound interference. And if you look at the bottom of the slide here, the shield is shown in brown and the dielectric adhesive is shown in grey. A couple more examples here: a single-sided core, cover layer above trace and a shield below, and the second example, a double-sided core with an adhesive and a shield carried above. Third example I've got for you, a double-sided core with two signal and trace layers, shield above and below the trace layers. And then the fourth example, a double-sided core with signal and trace layer, shield above and below the trace layers. In the library you'll find a new tab which is added for shield, so all the shield material goes in here, and as time goes on we'll be adding material partner data into the shield library within Speedstack. That'll be available both on the on-premise libraries and the online libraries, which you can access directly through the user interface. You can take the material data from us, or you can add your own, and every entry in the material library can be edited and customized to your own requirements. Here's an example of the online library, and you can see in here we've put an example Tatsuta shield in there, and the latest material library information will be downloadable from the online material library from February 2021. If you want to do a lot of manipulation with the library data, it's better to export it from the Speedstack library into a third-party tool like Excel, perform any manipulation you want on the library, and then you can re-import it back into the shield library. And the same is true for all the other materials within Speedstack. Within the stackup editor, you can do all the normal things you do with any other material: add, delete, swap, move up, move down, set symmetry, and set the shield properties. You can customize the shields from within the editor. It's useful for what-if scenarios when you want to make local customizations without affecting the data that's in the material library itself. You can also perform controlled impedance and insertion loss calculations. We'll talk a bit more about that in a later slide, but you can use the shield and the dielectric constant of the adhesive, and the adhesive layer will be used in the calculation of both impedance and insertion loss if you're using Speedstack SI, impedance only if you're using Speedstack PCB. Should also mention that the shield addition works both in the rigid and the flex versions of Speedstack. So if you're using shields on rigid boards, you can use that on the basic Speedstack. You don't need to be on Speedstack SI. Speedstack PCB for rigid boards will also work with shields. You can see here more detailed controlled impedance calculation and insertion loss calculation, and highlighted in red on the left hand side the shield region of structure. That's bringing in the material data from the shield material database, and then the field solver is calculating both the impedance and the insertion loss in this situation. I mentioned earlier I'd say a little bit more about controlled impedance and insertion loss calculations, and you should note that for high-speed use it's important to use the right type of shield, which is often noted by the supplier as suitable for high-speed signal transmission applications. Of course, you can use non-high-speed shields if your PCB doesn't have particularly high speed requirements, or if you don't have high-speed traces on the surface layers, then it's fine to use other shielding materials, and those can be catered for in Speedstack, as well as the specialized materials that are used just for high speed. The technical report, one of the most popular things about Speedstack, again, full capability for documenting shields is taken through into the technical reports. If you're using Speedstack SI, that extends also into printing out insertion loss prediction graphs within the technical report, as well as the stackup itself. We've also remembered the import and export enhancements. So import and export options support shield materials, and XML SDKX version 20 and SSX version 10 have that capability within the import and export options, as well as CXV and Gerber and DXF export options. Thanks for viewing that brief Speedstack Shield Materials overview, and local contact information follows. You're more than welcome to try an evaluation, and please contact PolarCare if you'd like to evaluate, and we'll put you in touch with your local office to set you up with an evaluation copy. If you'd like to upgrade your existing version and you're already on PolarCare, then again please contact PolarCare and we'll provide you with update information. Thanks once again, and here's the local office information. And if you're still watching, just a quick reminder, if you're not already subscribed to the Polar YouTube channel, click on subscribe and make sure you receive updates from us on a regular basis. Thanks again for watching.